another day. Lord, I thank you for another opportunity to stand behind this sacred desk and proclaim your holy word. I ask that the Holy Spirit will lead me, guide me, and fill me as I proclaim your word. Just use me, Lord, in the way you please. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Amen. Our scripture read earlier out of Galatians chapter 3, verse 1. Galatians chapter 3, verse 1. I'm reading. O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you. Amen. Amen. The word of God. Amen. The people of God. Yeah. And I would like to use thought this morning, the charmed church. The charmed church. See, we must understand the fact that we are in a spiritual warfare. Amen. Amen. And I want you to know that the devil, he is real. He's not the little cartoon character with the horns on his head, pitchfork, and a pointed tail. Yes, sir. He is real, and he has waged his warfare ever since he lost his position in heaven. All right. Now, Satan, he is out to destroy us. I mean, totally destroy us. Now, we may be saved, but we are not exempt from Satan's attack. No, we're not. So you need to know two things when it comes to warfare. Number one, you need to know your foe. Know who you're fighting against. All right. Amen. Amen. Then you need to know how to fight. Because in 1 Peter 5 and 8, it states that be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And see, the devil loves to attack you when you're not sober. When your mind is all clouded with unnecessary stuff. Come on. He loves to attack when you're not watching. You know, when you act like an ostrich and got your head in the sand. He will attack. And the word adversary is a word, term which means warrior. And Satan is desperately fighting to destroy you, your destiny, your purpose, and your family. All right, come on. But don't be dismayed or overcome. Right. See, if you're a believer in Jesus Christ, you're already a winner. Amen. You may not feel like a winner, but you are. Amen. See, it's kind of like this fighter who was fighting a powerful opponent. He was getting beat up pretty bad. His nose was bloody and broken. His lips were wounded and bleeding. His eyes were swollen shut. And the bell rang for him to go to his corner. And when he got to his corner, his trainer said, "You're doing great." He's not even laying a hand on him. And the struggling boxer looked at his trainer and his one good eye and replied, well then, you better keep your eye on that referee because somebody is about to beat you to death. And so we all have been in that position where we felt like we was losing our spiritual battle. I see in this passage of Scripture, Paul leveled an indictment against the church of Galatia. He accused them of being bewitched. Now, bewitched means the act of casting a spell to charm, to fascinate, and to please to such a degree as to take away the power of resistance. Now, it seems preposterous that anything like this could manifest among the people of God. All right. See, Paul loved those people at Galatia. He had been their founder and pastor and a spiritual leader. Now, he had brought them the power of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yes. And see, while in Antioch, Paul was used mightily by the Lord and healed a man who had been crippled since birth. Okay. Now, when the Galatians saw this, they was blown. They were actually blown away. So they attempted to worship Paul and Barnabas as though they were their gods, Jupiter and Mercury. Which brings us to my point about a church being charmed. And the word charm is the same thing as bewitched. But I'm just going to use a mild term, which is a term called charm. Now, church charm number 1. Honoring men above God. Anytime we exalt the man of God above the God of man, the church has been charmed. And see, I thoroughly believe and wholeheartedly believe in honoring deserving men and women of God. See, this is right, and it's also pleasing in the sight of God. And see, Paul instructs us in the book of Romans to give honor where honor is due. Yes, sir. A man should never be worshipped. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never. That's right. And see, when a man wants to be worshipped, that's a sign of pride. Yeah. And see, when pride walks into the church, God walks out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And see, the church is charmed when it falls deeper in love with the messenger than the message. Yes, sir. See, only God deserves our praise and worship. Yes, sir. And as we had in our Sunday school lesson this morning, God is the only one that's going to sit on the throne. Amen. The only one. And he is the only one that deserves our worship. Amen. Amen. Now, charm number 2 is believing you can earn God's grace. Now, for an incredible season, these Galatian believers operated in search of grace and liberty, but somewhere along the line, they lost their way. And the way we lose our way is listening to Satan. Because as I said earlier, he is out to destroy us. Now see, these false teachers that come in, invaded the young churches, and infiltrated the minds of the people. Now, that's what Satan does to us. He plays on the mind. Amen. He plays on the mind. Amen. I mean, you can be awake, you can be asleep. You know, he will work on the mind. Amen. And once he gets into your mind, he got you. Right. And see, I don't know about, well, we used to wrestle when I was coming up. And everybody wanted to get somebody in that headlock. Because when you get them in a headlock, you got control. You know, and if you squeeze hard enough, you'll cut off the air supply. And when you cut off the air supply, they become disorientated. And see, and confused. And see, that's what the devil tries to do, is keep us confused. If you listen to the news and you stay on the internet and all this stuff, you don't see nothing but a lot of confusion. And all the violence that's going on in this city and every city, it's not just in Mobile. Believe me. But everywhere you go, there's violence. And people think that the warfare is between one another. But scripture says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. You know? But some way, somehow, these individuals that's so violent, Satan has infiltrated their mind. They have cut off their air supply. They're confused. You know, it's so much easier to talk things out than to shoot them out. You know, because nobody wins. Nobody wins in that situation. But we can't get these young people, and we got some old ones, just as bad. You know, but people need to realize that we are in this spiritual warfare. And here's a little nugget too. If you want to talk to the devil, sometimes just go to the closest mirror. Because, like I said, we're not exempt from Satan's attack. And I know for a fact, I have had the devil in me. All right. You know, and somebody of them got the devil in them now. All right. You know? So, it pays for us to be aware of Satan's attack. Yes. You know, because Satan is the master of deceiving people. He's the liar of liars. You know, and he can make things look so good. And see, everything that looks good is not good for you, or good to you. Amen. And I'm not going to hold you long, since we got a pretty busy day. But just observe these type churches that are charmed. Aren't you glad New Bayside is not charmed? It's church charm number 3. It's the opinion of man over the agenda of God. All right. Come on. See, the church that is opinion-driven has a pronounced air of legalism. Religious opinions trump everything in the house, even grace. That's right. And see, in their spellbound minds, nothing more important than their religious opinion. see, their mentality is, you must sing the songs I like.
Yeah.
All right.
You must preach what I want to hear.
All right.
Bring it on.
You must look how I want you to look.
Yes, sir.
And you must be able to fit in my box.
Come on.
You see, the devil gained more lost and hurting souls every time the atmosphere of the church is cold. You see, exclusive, judgmental, and unwelcoming, if the lost are not accepted in the church, where can he go?
All right.
If he feel more accepted in the clubs, in the crack houses, or in the darkness of sin, you see, Satan will always open his arms to the struggle. And see, there's a great power in being accepted, even when your behavior is unacceptable.
Amen.
I'm getting there. Church charm, number 4. No need to change. See, a church, a charm church, feels no need for modifications in their lifestyle and practices, and no motivation to work for the Lord. That's bad. See, I believe in the power of God to change our behavior. I believe in living a life that lines up with the Word of God, not with man-made religious rules. And see, that's one of the problems with the church. They got so many religious rules, so many do's and don'ts. When Jesus said, it is done. See, Jesus did all of it. He did everything. You know, and I'm committed to the fact that when Jesus truly reigned in our personal lives, we would line up in a way that reflects our commitment to Him. And you know, the change He has made in our lives will be evident. See, when Christ comes into your life, people see it. And a lot of times, we are the only Bible that people see. I mean, we work to be, we don't work to be saved. We work because we are saved. You know, and our lifestyle will be modified and transformed when we are saved. Now, changing behavior and practice will not save our works. Because we follow some list, a list of so many do's and don'ts. Now, this is what happened with these Galatians. Paul had took them the gospel. And these false teachers, which Satan got into their minds, took them right back to legalism, thinking that they had to be circumcised to be saved. They had all these different rituals, these sacrifices. We don't have to do that now. We have an open door to God ourselves. We don't have to go through anybody. And see, we're saved by the grace and through faith. And see, grace is that undeserved favor that God gives us. And the only way you're going to receive that grace is through faith in his son, Jesus Christ. And grace through faith and for works. And like I said earlier, we work because we're saved. We don't work to get saved. And it's sad that people come to church all their life and never do anything on God's program. Never. They just sit like a stump on the log and won't offer to do nothing if you ask them to do something. They got some kind of excuse. But if you say, you're going to automatically go to work. And, you know, I was impressed, which always is, when our drummer's not here, that young man comes right up here and get on that drum. Don't nobody have to ask him. Nobody have to ask him. And when you see something need to be done in church, in your house, you should be excited about doing it. Because there's something for each and every one of us to do in here. I don't care how young you are or how old you are. There's something for every one of us to do. And you got to realize the fact that we are the church. We are the church. And we're supposed to work together. Amen? Amen. Now, my final charm, church charm, is competition between churches. And not just between churches, but between denominations. Everybody got their own thing. Now see, churches must complete. Did you hear that? Complete. They must never compete. See, a charm church compete with other churches. And see, we are called to do more than swap people. We're called to build a church and enlarge it by creating new disciples for Christ. That's our job. We are called to build the church by creating new disciples for the body of Christ. Now, Satan trembled every time the church recognized their mission. I say, when you start recognizing your mission as far as making disciples, Satan gets scared. Because see, you taking away from what he wants. And believe me, Satan wants each and every one of us in hell with him. Because you got to realize, see, Satan was right up there with God, a worshiping angel, until pride set in. And as it states in Proverbs, that a haughty spirit, just before fall, or however we had that, it's in our, yeah, pride, just before fall. And see, that's what happened with Satan. His pride set in. He wanted to stop worshiping. He wanted to be worshipped. You know, and that's not the word. Amen? Amen. Now, our mission is to be the church. The church is a working, moving, called out, functioning body full of faith, grace, and works. Our works are not within these walls. Our works are outside. Amen. And we shouldn't just testify to each other. Our testimony should be outside. We ought to make disciples. We ought to try and lead every man, woman, boy, or girl to Christ. That is our mission as the church. So it's time that we get up and start doing what we're called to do. Because if you don't do what you're called to do, Satan definitely gonna do what he's here to do. And see, he know his time is just about up. He know his time is just about up. So he's trying to take as many with him. I mean, when he got kicked out of heaven, you know, he took a third with him. But now he's trying to take the whole pie. And if you're not sober, if you're not vigilant, you're going to end up being a slice of pie. You know? But the church that is not making an impact on the outside of these walls have been charmed. They have been charmed. In other words, they've been bewitched. They've been put under a spell. You see, these things, if you just pay attention, which every one of these charms that I've mentioned, I have seen them in the church. And if you are a believer, and you live by faith, then you'll be able to see it. But it's time for us to get up. It's time for us to get up. Because Satan is up, alive, and well, and on his job. I mean, he is on his job. And like I said, sometime, if you want to have a talk with him, go to the nearest mirror. Because he will get in you. He will confuse you. He will confuse you. He will have you thinking that right is wrong and wrong is right. So just be aware. I mean, I can't express that enough. And with our young people, we need, as adults, we need to teach them how to be sober and vigilant. And I'm not talking about just off of alcohol, you understand? That's right. Because you can get intoxicated off of anything. You know. But I pray that something has been said that might stick with you and help you through your walk. Because I just really want to constantly emphasize the fact that Satan is alive and well. And see, these things that I was talking about, these charms, is nothing more than hell spells. All right. They are hell spells. These are the type of things that will send you to hell. Amen? Amen. May God bless you and keep you. Amen. Amen. The word has gone forth.